Our next story is about Gen Z, those born between the late 1990s and the early 2010s. Understanding this generation is a newfound hobby for many. And so far, 3 words describe Gen Z the best: woke, broke, and baffling. Especially when it comes to personal finance. Tonight, we'll discuss why. Gen Z has thin wallets, but expensive tastes. They're open to splurging, not just on buzzy restaurants or travel destinations, but even in relatively humble categories like grocery shopping. In fact, groceries have reportedly become one of the top spending priorities for the young. But there's a twist here. Gen Z is spending more on high-quality products like fancy beverages or expensive protein bars. So it's less about shopping for food and more about hunting for little treats. But this is not the only way Gen Z treats itself. The young are also driving the sales of luxury goods. Their luxury spending is growing 3 times faster compared to other generations. By 2030, the young will account for 80% of global luxury purchases. Is this because the young suddenly have a lot of money? Well, no. Experts say it's because of doom spending. Usually, when people are on shaky ground economically, they spend lesser. That's what common logic says. If you don't have enough money or if you don't know about your future, you spend less. But Gen Z is doing the very opposite. They believe the financial future is doomed anyway, and they're less concerned about traditional milestones like home ownership or a life with kids. Instead, they're going for big-ticket purchases. And this is what surveys say. 50% of Indian shoppers are, quote-unquote, living in the now. We're talking about the young. 68% of them are Gen Z urban males. In the US, 27% people admit to doom spending. The number is even higher for Gen Z. So Gen Z is buying these so-called little luxuries like expensive skincare or bags and taking the treat yourself motto to a whole new level. It sounds like a dream because doom spending gives instant gratification, but this comes with some long-term damage. It is a counterintuitive spending habit. It can work as a self-fulfilling prophecy. It increases the risk of living from paycheck to paycheck. And this is obviously a fatal financial mistake. But in the moment, it seems reasonable thanks to the parallel universe that Gen Z lives in. I'm talking about social media. It is littered with images of young people splashing out on a glamorous life with lavish meals, vacations, designer shoes, even overly priced water bottles. And the victims of social media suffer from FOMO, or the fear of missing out. So they want it all, and they want it now. According to global surveys, 60% of Gen Z admits to impulse shopping because of social media, and this is followed by instant regret. But when it comes to personal finance, that's the only regrettable role of social media here. Young people are turning to social platforms for financial advice. 41% reportedly say it is their first choice. And why is that? Because social media is changing the language of money, with trends like loud budgeting and cash stuffing. It is making financial literacy fun. Secondly, it's keeping up with the need of the hour. The tax filing season has begun in many countries, and this is a stressful period for everyone, I think, especially for the young, though, who are relatively new to what they call adulting. To many, there is nothing scarier than filing taxes. According to a recent survey, this has brought 54% of Gen Z to tears, and 25% say they need a therapist to deal with tax filing stress. So how are they coping? With TikTok, believe it or not. Self-acclaimed financial experts with close to no credentials are sharing tips on taxes and how to save money, and millions of people are getting influenced by such dubious advice. So for all the young out there, if you're worried about personal finance, it is great to seek advice. Financial literacy is of utmost importance. It is a life skill, especially as this subject gets bungled by most education systems the world over. But just because social media is quirky and easy as a source, it doesn't mean it is the best.